5, the U.S. women's team is actually playing right now. I don't know if you can see on the refrigerator, but yeah, America, let's go. So this week's readings I got from what I got from it was the changing in representation in media as well as the changing of TV consumption. I want to start with Kube's essay, co-written by Sijikte Mihalis. I hope I said that correctly. Television addiction is no mere metaphor, and it kind of shows like their experiences with television and how like we all can relate to it. And one thing that they used was Percy Tenenbaum of UC Berkeley's perspective on a TV, and he said, "quote Among life's more embarrassing moments have need countless occasions when I am engaged in conversation while a TV set is on, and I cannot for the life of me stop periodically glancing." And it kind of shows how like TV is it's made its way into our everyday lives. If it hasn't already, it will. Like even like little kids as small as like 2 years old, they're already looking at a TV when their mom is trying to feed them food. And even me right now, like I can look at the U.S. women's team right now play on the TV while I'm supposed to be doing my vlogs. So it kind of shows how like TV is very addicting, and once you're hooked, you can't stop looking at it until it's over. And moving from how TV has changed our lives to how streaming has actually changed our lives, and the rise of streaming that has occurred throughout like this past 10 years. So obviously TV was like the main thing, but then you had services like Netflix and Hulu get more and more popular, and add to the fact that they they have live TV now, so streaming services are actually coming for cable and satellite TV. And in Netflix and the future television by Alita, um, he does a good job of like take or telling you the audience about the history of these these streaming services and how they impacted like stores that sold movies. So let's say like Blockbuster, and I think Hollywood Movies was one. Like they're gone. They're like long gone out of business. I remember going to Blockbuster like that. Blockbuster when Blockbuster was gone, taken away. That was the first sign of me like, oh my god, am I actually getting old? Like because I used to go to Blockbuster every Friday to get movies with my dad, and now it's gone. And Aletta does a good job of showing like the cause and effect relationship between streaming services and stores like Blockbuster. And he talks about the history of streaming giants like HBO Max and Hulu, which are made by cable cable. So in case like the cable route goes down, and it certainly looks like it does, they'll still get revenue via their streaming services. And also Netflix. Obviously Netflix was like the pioneer. This it was one of the first streaming services that I've ever heard of. Now like it's in like 1 out of 2 people probably have Netflix. I don't have Netflix. My neighbor has Netflix type thing. So and as going to the changing culture in America, like it kind of shows how as more and more people are getting into like media and TV shows via like a range of options. Obviously, you have TV, but you also have streaming now. Streaming's for the younger people, and TV is more for like your more traditional person. And Cantor is talking about how like the older trends are like they're making both generations happy. So, for example, like The Walking Dead, old school, old west zombie theme, but they've modernized it to the point where both generations can like it and both generations can watch on TV and on streaming services. And that's one way streaming services or TV will get your money, because one thing will have this thing which you want to watch, but you gotta pay because the other thing doesn't. So he Cantor talks about how they're reviving older trends, but they're doing it excuse me, successfully, and going to like the newer trends about how TV shows are being made. Girls, Girls, Girls by Roxane Gay talks about how women are incorrectly represented in media, and how we need to do we need to do much more. We need to be more. Hollywood needs to be more diverse to include more women, because this is not a male dominated world. There are actually more females in the world than males. And Gay does a good job of using shows like Girls, Sex and the City, Bridesmaids, and those shows actually have a white female lead, but where are all the other where are all the other females? You hear me? So although those shows have a white lead, Girlfriends and The Cosby Show have African American representations. However, where are the Asians? Where are the Europeans? Obviously, we still got a long way to go in terms of representation, but we're making our way. And overall, I just want to say, like, these readings, they kind of show where TV and media started, and then it builds up to, like, oh, this is how people consume TV and media, and like that's starting to be revolutionized and modernized, and now they're modernizing older trends so both generations can like it. And now we're trying to do a better job of including all people and representing all people correctly in media. So have a good one, good night, good morning, good afternoon. Here is some Wendy's barbecue sauce. I hope you like it. Yeah, toodaloo.